official. Okay, so who has watched the videos? Who's like caught up with the starting videos and read through the resources and like, are we all there? Yes.
Yes.
Good. Okay. So just in what's the word I'm looking for? Day 3, you guys, the brain fog is real. In recap, we're cutting out gluten, dairy, corn, alcohol, artificial sweeteners, and overly processed soy. We're adding in fermented foods 3 times a week. I looked online. There's if you'd like Google recipe for fermented carrots, I haven't made them yet, but I found like a super awesome recipe and it's super easy. It's like water and salt and carrots. Personally, I love sauerkraut. Hold on, I'm gonna mute some people. Personally, I like sauerkraut. If you don't like sauerkraut, then you're gonna have to figure something else out. But I get mine from Wild Brine and it's super expensive for like a tiny one. But check your Costco if you have a Costco. I get like a huge one for like $8 at Costco. Wild Brine is the brand and it's really good. And Janessa and Michelle were saying that they don't like Janessa and Michelle, by the way, are on day 10. So that I'm going to be like mentioning them a lot. They started early. But anyways, neither of them like sauerkraut and they tried it and they're like, this is actually really good. So, well, I don't know if they said really good, but they said it was okay. It was good enough. So add in fermented food 3 times a week. And then you do a calculation to figure out how many of each colored containers you get each day. And if this is your first time using the colored containers, you look at them and you're like, these things are tiny. What the heck? But then you actually use them and you're like, this is so small. And you like pour it on your plate. You're like, oh, actually that's way more than I thought it was going to be. So they look really small. So don't get all concerned about that. So do the calculation with your weight and then use the food list to create a plan for yourself. If you didn't see in the resources, Autumn shares a sample meal plan. I'm going to share my meal plan with you every week. So you have that to work off of. And then I also have another meal plan that was shared from like, just like someone else doing it. And they have some errors on here, but I'll share it anyways. So just like be mindful. But that will give you guys 3 meal plans to kind of like pick and choose from, or just completely copy if you want. You can use the recipes that they provided. You can also use recipes from Fixate. I'll show you that. I'll share my screen here in a minute and tell you what I'm talking about. You need to be careful though. If you're using recipes from Fixate, the original Portion Fix recipes, not the gut health ones, the container counts are going to be different. So like a lot of the things that are red B for this program that you're going to be measuring with your red cup for red B are actually yellows on Portion Fix. So if you follow a recipe that has like quinoa in it, that's a red B on this program. So you'll count it as a red. It's a yellow on Portion Fix. So you need to familiarize yourself with the food list if you're using recipes and double check on that. 10 grams of added sugar a day. Personally, what I'm doing with that is Shakeology and 2 scoops of Energize. I weigh 220 something pounds. And so I think for the Energize, if you're over 160, you can have 2 scoops. So I take my 2 scoops of Energize. Energize has 2 grams of sugar, so that's 4 grams for my 2 scoops. Shakeology has 5 grams of added sugar, so that's 9 grams of added sugar for me. So that's what I've been doing every day. Speaking of that, today was a rest day, so I didn't have Energize. I was going to have Energize for this call and I forgot. So now I just have plain water. Like I need to be more like crazy right now. I don't know really where else you would be getting added sugar unless you're using honey or maple syrup like Autumn talked about in the videos. So like you really shouldn't be eating a lot of other like packaged things that have added sugar in them. So coffee 3 times a week. It doesn't matter if it's regular or decaf. The situation with that is the acidity of the coffee. So you just want to make sure no more than 3 times a week on coffee, and don't be mindless and like grab your normal like creamer and like pour it in your coffee. Like no, if you're having coffee, it's got to be black, 1 drop of stevia or a little bit of honey or maple syrup, but you got to count that towards your added sugar. And then you can do like a splash of unsweetened coconut milk or almond milk in there. But let me tell you, I did that this morning. I was like, I really want a cup of coffee today. Splash of unsweetened coconut milk, 1 drop of stevia, tasted it, and I dumped it out. I'm just the kind of person who likes a lot of like sugary creamer in my coffee. And if I don't get that, I don't want it. So you might be there with me. There's something called dandelion root tea that is supposed to taste like coffee. So if you want, you can try that out. Speaking of tea, you can have hot tea 1 to 2 times a day. You just need to watch out for your caffeine, 200 milligrams a day on the caffeine. So again, Energize is 100 milligrams per scoop. So for me, on a normal workout day, when I'm having 2 scoops of Energize, that's my 200 milligrams of caffeine. Next thing, you want to make sure to drink half of your body weight in ounces of water a day. So if you weigh 200 pounds, you need to be drinking at least 100 ounces of water a day. So take your body weight divided by 2. That's how many ounces of water you should be drinking. And you probably are going to want to drink more, especially in the first week, because like the headaches from like, like I was eating super crappy before this, like Little Debbie's, like super processed, terrible things. And so I'm like really struggling today. Like I have such a bad headache. So expect that in your first week. Let's see here. And then we're going to be working out 4 times a week. They're 30 minutes. It's called 4 Weeks for Everybody. I'll show you where to find that program. And that program is specifically designed to go with this gut protocol. It's no impact. You can see Michelle, it's not her favorite thing, but she has a trach. She had COVID really bad and ended up in the hospital for weeks and had to get a trach put in to help her breathe. And she still uses it, right, Michelle? To help your oxygen stay up. Yeah. And she's doing the workouts. So like, if you're like, oh gosh, I don't know, like just think of Michelle, like it is for everybody, as she keeps posting on her Instagram. She's so inspiring. Oh, I can't even with you. You're so inspiring. But yeah, these programs are no impact and they're meant to be for everybody. So to me, someone who's been like doing Beachbody programs since 2013, I was like, oh, this is going to be kind of boring. Oh no. I'm on day 3 and I am sore. My butt's sore. My quads are sore. My like pecs are sore. I didn't even do any push-ups and my pecs are sore. And I'm like, what the heck? But I love being sore. So it's really great. Okay. That's kind of all my like bam, 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 bam important things. So I was going to share my phone screen to show you guys, just to make sure you know how to access everything on your computer. Or I was going to share my computer screen and my phone screen. To show you guys that. Does anybody have any questions on this stuff so far, or questions you wrote down as you were watching the videos that didn't make sense to you? You can either unmute yourself or type it in the chat.
They mentioned all of those, like the Revitalize and that, and they're sold out of that. Is like for like the replace. I'm assuming that's not required if it's not available.
Right. Yeah. So,
Cool.
So frustrating. Yeah. They had like 6 weeks of like the Optimize and Revitalize and sold out within like 6 hours of launching. So those are digestive enzymes and pre and probiotics. And if you don't have them, like you can still do it. You're still able to heal your gut. It was just something to kind of like help your body like process foods and stuff. That being said, Vegan Shakeology, I recommend, I think everybody here has that. I recommend drinking that every day because that has digestive enzymes and pre and probiotics in it. So that will make up a little bit of that gap for if you don't have the extra supplements. I know some of us do and some of us don't. So good question, not required. And if you want, you can like try to find a pre and probiotic and a digestive enzyme to take. I don't really have any like brand recommendations.
I've been using Gut Instinct by Hum Nutrition. I think it was like $26 for the bottle, but I've actually really liked it. I've been using it for like the last month because my stomach was not happy, gal.
Not happy. All right. If you want, you can share that it doesn't have any like weird ingredients. It's not like a gummy or anything.
No, it's just a pill. I'll go read the label. I'll take a picture of it.
Okay, yeah, if you want to share it in the bod group, that would be fine. Any other questions so far? Okay, now if you're sitting here like, what the heck, this is overwhelming. Let me just tell you, it is. It is overwhelming at first, and it's gonna be hard at first, but I like sat down last Saturday to do my meal plan. And that's why I wanted to do this call today and not wait till the weekend, because I wish I would have like started working on it sooner. So I sat down Saturday to make my meal plan and I started crying. Like I was just so overwhelmed and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I can't do this. But at the same time, I'm like, yes, like this is what I need. But I was like scared to commit, and it was like a lot of work and I hadn't put in a lot of work. If you followed me for a very long time, I used to be like super like on top of all of this and doing my meal plan and like super fit and like all this stuff. Had kids, pretty much haven't followed a meal plan in the last 4 years. As soon as I got pregnant with my first, I haven't followed a meal plan since then. So I felt like a beginner last weekend when I was like planning my meals, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so overwhelming. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, like you are not alone. I totally felt the same way and I wanted to throw in the towel, but I didn't, and I made it work, and I took one step at a time. And you're going to fumble, and it's not always going to be easy, but you can do it. And we're here to support you. Okay. So now let me just share my screen. I think most everybody knows how to access this stuff, but especially for the recording for the first timers, I just want to make sure everyone knows where to access everything. Okay. Share screen. Okay, so on your computer or on your phone, go to Beachbody On Demand and then log in. And then obviously you have the 4-week gut protocol. And then once you're in here, you should have already watched this video, Foundation of a Healthy Gut. You can watch Autumn's health or gut health journey if you want. I personally, you can see, started and never finished. And then read through this program guide. This is like pretty much everything I've just talked about. Lessons. You should have watched all 4 of these. I've watched these videos 3 times. So I would recommend watching them more than 1 time. And then this weekend, or maybe even tonight or the next few days, you watch week 1 weekly focus video. Next, you go to bonus materials, watch containers basics. If this is your first time using the containers, here's the containers basics. Recipe videos. It's really weird how they have this set out. Here's some recipe videos here. And then they also have some recipes under meal plans and recipes. So it's like kind of hidden. It says recipes right here. If you hit the plus, then there's a ton of more recipes in here. I don't know if everyone saw those. And then under meal plans, this is what I was kind of talking about, is that Autumn made a meal plan. So depending on what bracket you're in, go ahead and read what she wrote too, because she has some good tips in here. And then she has 3 days for each bracket. So I'm in bracket D. And so I looked at her ideas for bracket D. So this is 3 days for bracket A. So, and then she tells you like ideas on what to eat and all that. And then also here's a 4-week gut protocol approved fixate recipes. So these are just some ideas. Pretty much all the fixate recipes that don't have dairy or corn or soy or gluten in them, you can use. But again, the container counts are going to be different, but they have the correct gut protocol container counts on there. So there's 3 different places you can get recipes so far. I will tell you, I'm not a recipe person. I just make up my own stuff. I mean, I like to do recipes every once in a while, but I like things to be super simple. And so that's what I did. And I'll share that in a second. And then under resources, program guide, this is where you calculate your equation, or like what bracket you're going to be in. So you take, I don't know why they have it. I feel like they have it out of order. Oh no, they changed it. Okay. So take your current weight times 11, and that's your baseline. So if you do not want to lose weight, if you're just healing your gut and you do not want to lose weight, stop here. So just current weight times 11, that number is going to give you your container. So here's the containers. So if your number was 1672, you're going to be in plan B. My number was like 2087, which was like in plan C, but I'm breastfeeding. And so I bumped up one. So I'm doing plan D. And then if you want to lose weight, you take your weight times 11 and then you subtract 400. And then if you want to build muscle, you just bump up one plan from the baseline. Okay. I think everyone's should be good on that. And then you have your food lists. So this will tell you these are all the foods you are allowed to eat. So when it says you get 3 purples a day, that means you get to fill your purple container 3 times a day with foods from these lists. So for example, today I had cherries, and then I had a half a banana, and what else did I have? Oh, and then I use a half a banana in my shake every day, and I use that at night as a bedtime snack personally. So yeah, so whatever containers you have, and then when it's like red, that means you use your red container to measure it. If it's, unless it has there's certain things that you can't measure using the containers. And then yellow, again, use your yellow to measure it. But look through all these lists and read everything too. Free foods, coffee and tea, water bar ideas, things to mix in your water. Okay. Treats and substitutions. I think how many times a week? 1 time a week. 1 time a week you can give your body a treat, and you just have to make sure to count it in your container count. So these are things you can do 1 time a week. I haven't even looked at this. I haven't planned a treat yet. Shakeology bases, you can use unsweetened almond milk or coconut milk or rice milk or coconut water, and it tells you what to count it as, either a teaspoon or a yellow bee. And see how it says like half? That's another thing that people don't know. Like you can do a half. So like your breakfast can be like 1.5 greens, and then your lunch could be 1.5 greens, and that's 3 greens. Like you could split up and do halves. Make sure to print out your measurement tracker and take your measurements. I have mine here. Took my measurements and pictures before you start. And then they have daily journal pages. I haven't printed them out yet. I don't think I will. I did print out the 30 plants a week thing, and I made sure that I had 30 plants. Diversity is important for your gut health. But yeah, you can do this if you want. I just plan ahead so I know what my container counts are for the day. I do want to keep track of some of this stuff. I'm thinking about making a different tracker that isn't so big, but you do what you want on that. And then there's other tips to manage stress. And then if you're vegan, you use these. Okay, so that's that. Make sure you look through everything. And then the workouts we're doing, 4 weeks for everybody. Everybody. Right here, go to program materials, and here's the workout calendar. So make sure to print this off so you know what workout is what day and what day is a rest day. And I think that's it. Okay. Stop share. What do I have next? Oh, and I also have to follow Autumn on social media. She is doing reels with recipes. She's having like little motivational talks. So if you're not following Autumn Calabrese on Instagram, make sure to do that and watch her videos. She had like a tough love one the other day. She did some like Q&A the other day on there. Okay, now your bod group. everybody has found the bod group I've seen. A few people haven't joined, but they're also not on this call, but maybe they'll be watching it. So in the bod group, I would hope that you could check in twice a day, once in the morning for like motivation to see what my post is for the day, and then once at night for your accountability, a little post saying like what you ate that day, maybe some food pictures. If you really love a recipe, share it with the group. If you're needing some like help, come to the group. And hopefully, like, I love when my groups are like cohesive and everyone's like supporting everyone instead of like me just like talking to everybody. So like if you like see somebody post something and you're like, yes, girl, like comment on her post. If someone asks a question and you know the answer, like engage, cheer each other on. Like the more support and the more we're all doing this together, the more we're all likely to succeed. Okay. Also, if you've never used the bod group app, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen on my phone this time. I want to show you how you track stuff. Technology is so cool. Okay. Should be able to see my phone screen now. So in your Beachbody On Demand app, I hear my baby crying. Don't worry, my husband's home. Do you guys like the name Healing Guts, Working Butts? No? I thought it was funny. I'm so lame. Oh my God. Okay. So once you're in your group, after you do a workout, it will say it should pop up. I think there might be a setting that you have to say that you want it to like auto post for you or something. It'll pop up, log your workout. And so you would click log workout. This also has my husband's on here. And then you wouldn't have all these on here because like I said, my husband uses the same account. You would just hit log on it and then you can add a photo. Nailed it. Use photo. Your sweaty selfie, and then you would log it. Super easy. And it logs right to our bod group. No one else can see it, just our group can see it. And then I know you got your workout done. If it doesn't work for some reason, if you go to tracking, you can manually log a workout if you hit the blue plus, but it takes a lot more work, as you can see, because you have to fill it out. Okay, now you can also log your Shakeology, and that again will post right to the group. And then you can also log and keep track of your containers here. Now, I'm assuming they're going to update this soon where you can choose the gut one, but this is just the regular portion fix. So it doesn't have red A and red B and yellow A and yellow B. So you can use it if you want. And just like keep track on paper, or like if you pre-make your thing ahead of time. But you don't have to use it because like I said, they don't have it right. And that doesn't post to the group. So that would be just for yourself. And then you can keep track of your water and your nutritionals and your results. You can track weights, measurements, progress photos, all that. So that's all under tracking. And then when you go to the group, make sure to engage, like I said, and all that stuff. So that's how you get your workout to post to the bod group. Super easy. And also you can access all your stuff here. So if you're at the grocery market and you're like, oh crap, like I forgot, what does quinoa go under? Then you can just go to your resources and go to your food list at the grocery store and find what you're looking for. So it's really nice to have that in your pocket. Okay. And also, obviously, you can access the workouts on your phone too. Okay. I don't know why my throat's doing that. Oh, okay. So we have the bod group. Is anyone interested? Kelly, you're already in one. Janessa, Michelle, you're already in one. Julie, you're already in one. So Danny and Diana, and then anyone else who is watching this recording, let me know if you're interested in doing like a text message pod, because Janessa and Michelle and myself did one because they started a week early and I wanted to be there to support them since I didn't have the bod group open yet. And then Jewel and Kelly and Jessica started early. So then I started them a text pod, and it's been really great. I don't know. Do you guys think so? Having that text pod, because then we're like texting each other all day. And if we have like a quick question or like, oh my gosh, this recipe is so good, which I want us to use the bod group too, but it's just like faster, I think, to like text sometimes if you need like a answer right now, or if you need support right now. Like earlier, I was like, I'm about to give in. And everyone's like, no, I'm like, you're good. So Danny and Diana and anyone else watching this recording, if you want to be on a text pod, just let me know and I can make us a little group for quick access. Okay. I already talked about how this is going to be hard. When you sit down to do your meal planning, you're going to want to quit. You're going to want to quit on day 3. You're going to want to quit on day 10. You're going to want to quit on day 14. You're going to want to quit 2 days before you're done. Like, it's going to be a roller coaster. So just expect that. And remember your why. Why are you doing this? And to me, I'm doing this because I have been looking for a gut health program for years, because I know my gut's messed up from all the sugar I eat. And like, I can like feel my body like craving sugar, and like my stomach feels like it's eating itself all the time, even when I'm not hungry, or even when I'm full, I have like that like sensation. It's just like, I know my gut's messed up. So for me, I'm like, I'm not quitting and I'm not cheating, because if this is a gut program to heal your gut, and if on day 14 you decide to like YOLO and like go off track, well, you just messed it up. Like, your gut needs to start over. Like, you need the 4 weeks for your gut to like heal. So like, once you commit, like, you're in, and we're in it with you, and we're in this together. But yeah, it sucks. Today has really sucked. I took a nap. My head is pounding. I'm exhausted, having all these detox symptoms. And like, I wanted to give in today. I just wanted to give in, but I didn't, and I'm not gonna. Why is he crying? Oh, I hate when my baby cries and I can't be there. It's very distracting. Yeah. So just remember your why. Maybe write it down. Maybe like write a little like why statement down that you can read to yourself when you're feeling extra wanting to quit, and come to the group and we will like cheer you on and we will be there for you. Okay. And then Danny asked this question earlier about the supplements being out of stock. So again, I do recommend that you drink your Shakeology daily, because not only does it have the pre and probiotics and the digestive enzymes that you're missing with the supplements, but it will help with your gut biodiversity. It helps regulate hormones. It will help with your cravings. I personally save mine for after dinner. I drink mine as like a bedtime snack, because I always have like a sweet tooth at night. Like when it's like bedtime, I'm like, oh, I want some chocolate. So that's when I drink my shake, is at night. And let me tell you how I make my shake if you've never had Shakeology before. I make it like super thick. I freeze bananas, and let me give you a pro tip, Janessa. Can I tell them what you did with the bananas? Oh, it's so funny. So she's like, how do you make your shake so thick? And I was like, oh, I use frozen bananas. She's like, oh, that's great. And so she sends me a picture the next day. She's like, man, these are really hard to peel when they're frozen. So she had like put the bananas like still in the peel in the freezer. I was like laughing so hard. Okay, so peel your bananas before you freeze them. I personally peel and then I break them in half and I put them on a plate and freeze them. And then once they're frozen, I throw them in a bag. So then I can just grab them out of the bag. Anyways, so what I do spinach. Some people do frozen cauliflower, so you can get a green in your shake. And then I do half a frozen banana. And then I do a lot of ice. And then I do a little bit of water. So like 8 ounces of water. I've been using coconut milk because like the vegan, I usually drink regular Shakeology, and the vegan isn't as creamy as the regular. I like the regular better. I like the creaminess. So I've been using coconut milk, and I just think I'm finding out I don't like coconut. So I'm going to try almond milk. I'm going to get some unsweetened almond milk and try that next, because coconut milk, and I don't like almonds either. So that's why I got coconut. Not a fan. Anyways, coconut, unsweetened coconut milk, almond milk, or water. about 8 ounces. So like if this is my blender cup, my spinach is here, like my banana and ice are like up to here. And then my water or coconut milk, whatever, is only to here. So like my ice and everything is up to here. My water is like just below half. So like a lot of people I think put too much water in. And this is again, if you like it thick like me, like ice cream. I think a lot of people put too much liquid in. So yeah, just below half of the liquid, and then the scoop of Shakeology, and then I like shake it up and then like put it on the little, I don't know, magic bullet blender thing that I have, and blend it a lot. And I like blend it long for like a whole minute for it to get nice and whipped up and good. That's how I make my shake. You can shake it with water, or you can do add-ins like that. Okay, that's all I have, other than talking about meal planning. So any other questions as of now?
I don't have a question, but I do want to say to people that haven't started yet, make sure you check your, which one was it, yellow, about the starches and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Because I noticed, you know, there's a lot of gluten-free or whatever stuff like that, but it's got, sorry, I'm trying to find it. Tapioca starch, potato starch, and apparently we can't have that.
Yeah, that was an eye opener. So check it if you're using gluten-free noodles, make sure it doesn't have tapioca starch or potato starch. Because I didn't think of that, and Janessa brought that up yesterday. And Autumn wrote on the yellow list, if you read it, that those process in your body like sugar. So you want to avoid those. And Autumn kind of talks about this if you go watch her like live from the other day, but a lot of people are like trying to bend the rules and make them like work, like, and let that slide and let this slide. Like, oh, but it's fine if it has tapioca starch, or oh, I can have, oh, why is he crying? I can have like 5 drops of stevia. I can't handle this. I can have 5 drops of stevia or whatever. And she like worked for years with like gut doctors, people with PhDs and nutritionists to like make this program. So like there's no errors. Like everything is for a reason. So like if you are truly here to heal your gut, which you are, then you need to follow it. You can bring him to me if you need. Is he okay? Yeah, I thought there should be on the thing. Okay, well, you can bring him to me if you need to. Okay. Sorry, he was like really crying. It sounded like he was like hurt or something. Daddy just doesn't have the mommy touch. Oh boy. Okay. Any other questions?
I think it's super helpful too if you don't try to go like all out and do like really big recipes and make it super complicating the first week. I think it takes a lot of pressure off of you. Like I wanted to make a bunch of recipes and I was like, I'm just going to stick to the basics. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to make it easy for the first week and I'm just going to not overcomplicate it because that will really stress you out and make you want to quit.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Can you guys hear him crying, or is it what's happening?
When you guys were talking about the carbs in like noodles or pasta, was one of the items that you said was a no is tapioca?
Mm-hmm.
Oh dang. I was all excited. I found this gluten-free pasta and I just came down and looked and it has tapioca.
Darn it. Yeah.
Hello. Okay.
I think a lot of people are
I have a Yeah, I have a bunch of bonza pasta and I was like, dang,
That's what
but I
just
have
bought.
one. Let me go get it that you can have. Yeah, hold on.
I have this Simple Truth organic gluten-free pasta and it was good on there.
So I have, I don't know if you can see it, this Jovial is brown rice pasta. I would not get the cassava flour because it is disgusting. But this is just brown rice pasta and it only has brown rice, flour, and water. And I have these also spaghetti noodles, same brand, same brown rice noodle. And I got them at Walmart. So in the gluten-free section at Walmart.
Thank you. I'll have to look
Jovial.
for those.
Okay. Do you guys want me to show you like my brain on my meal planning, or do we feel like this is enough for tonight? No one's answering. Yes, no. Does anyone want to see? No, Janessa? Janessa, actually, since I have you here, you asked what my recipe was for that pasta dish, and I wanted a voice message, but I couldn't in our chat group. So let me just tell you guys. So I made this really good dinner that I've been posting about. It's asparagus, mushrooms, and onions, pasta, and ground turkey. And that's all it is, well, in oil. And it's so stinking good. And so Janessa was like, what's your recipe? Well, I don't really have a recipe, so let me just tell you. I cut up a whole bag. So for meal prepping, I cut all my veggies ahead of time, if you saw my Instagram. So all the veggies I'm using for anything are already cleaned and cut up, and I just put them in big gallon bags. So for my recipe for that, except for onions, don't cut onions early, because onions, have you heard like when people are sick, they cut onions in their socks and it like takes out the sickness? Same thing applies. Don't cut an onion early and leave it in your fridge overnight, because it like takes in toxins from like other things. So like don't pre-cut onions. So anyways, I cut my onion, start it sauteing, and then I scoop in 3 greens, or 2.5, because the onion's a half a green, 2.5 greens out of my pre-cut asparagus and mushrooms, scoop into the saute them until they're soft. And then I already have my noodles cooked. So then I just take my yellow. So like once the veggies are sauteed and soft, then I heat up the noodles and ground turkey. So take my yellow, my pre-cooked noodles out of the fridge, put it in the pan, take my red from my pre-made ground turkey. I have a bowl of ground turkey in the fridge, put that in the pan, salt, and then it's all warmed together, put it in my bowl, and then I add a teaspoon of avocado oil and stir it in. And so it's just all my pre-made stuff. I just scoop and put in the pan and warm it up. Super easy. Okay, I'm just gonna show you. You can leave if you want, but this will be valuable for people. I'm just gonna show you how I do my meal plans and what makes sense to me. And if you read Autumn's thing about meal planning, she was like, for me, I don't make my meal plan ahead of the week because I don't know what I'm going to want each day. I just have a bunch of healthy options, blah, blah, blah. I think Michelle and Janessa may have done that week one. Maybe were a little more planny this week. I'm not 100% sure. But for me, if I don't have it like planned and ready and like on my fridge printed out, like this is what you're going to eat at this time, I'm either not going to eat or I'm going to like cheat. And so I need to know what I'm going to eat. That being said, there is like movement in it. So like today I had planned on having tangerines for a snack, but I was craving sugar like nobody's business. I wanted to quit. I wanted to throw it in. I was like, what is the sweetest thing I can think of? And I was like, a banana. So instead of tangerines, I had a half a banana, and I was like, I really want like nut butter on it. Well, I had already planned to use a teaspoon in my shake for the unsweetened coconut milk because that counts as a teaspoon. And then I thought, okay, I'll just use water in my shake later tonight, steal that teaspoon and have a banana instead of, or half a banana instead of tangerines, put the nut butter on, and then that satisfied it. So like, even if you like make a plan, you can still like change it as long as it still fits in with your plan, but it's good to be prepared. So let me just show you my brain. Show you my brain. If only you guys could be in my brain. Probably don't want that. So I always do it on my Google Drive, and I can share. Do you guys use Google Drive? Anyone? It's pretty amazing. So like if someone shares something with you, you can like make a copy of it. If you didn't know, you probably did. You can go to make a copy and then you can edit it. So like if I sent this to you as a Google Drive thing, you can make a copy on your computer and edit it to like fit you. Okay, so here's how I do my meal plans. I write what I get at the top and I like color code it. And then I start, it's like super overwhelming for the week, right? You're just like, oh my gosh, I don't know where to start. So I start with what I know I'm going to have. I know I'm going to have Shakeology each day. So the first thing I put on my meal plan was my Shakeology, and I like to have it at night. So that's why I have it at the end of the day each day. As you can see, this is for 1 week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I know I'm going to have that. Then I go, okay. And then I obviously put like the color, red, B, green, purple, teaspoon. And then I go, okay, my favorite meal is breakfast. So I'm going to make a veggie scramble with some sweet potatoes and throw in some sauerkraut and salsa on top. And so then again, it's not a recipe, but I have all my mushrooms, broccoli cut up. So in the morning, I just take my green container, 2 scoops of green out of my bag to saute it. And then once it's sauteed, I add in the eggs and sweet potatoes to cook and warm up those and put it in a bowl. So again, not a recipe. I'm just like literally like throwing things together. So I know that I like that. And then I know I like oats. So what I'm saying is that I start with what I know that I like and want. And then I like do it throughout the week. You can see I did like every other day on this. And then I'd be like, okay, what do I have left? So I've already used this many greens, this many reds. Oh, how about a burrito bowl? Again, making it up in my head. I didn't use recipes. So I'm going to use brown rice, some cauliflower rice that I mix with cilantro. I get from Costco pre-made organic riced cauliflower bags that you can steam in the microwave. Super easy. Sauteed peppers. Again, peppers are already cut up. All I have to do is saute the peppers, and then I add in the cauliflower rice to warm it up. I add in the rice to warm it up. I add in the chicken to warm it up. You can pre-make your chicken breast for all week. Again, I at Costco buy the pre-grilled chicken. Like I buy everything as easy as I can. So it was just like a process of like elimination. That's not the word I want, but instead of like trying to do each day, I instead like would go and be like, I know that I want this for my shake at night. I know that I want this for breakfast each day. And then I did my lunches, and then I'm like, okay, what do I have left? And then I filled in like the snacks. And then I'm a little bit of a cheater in the sense that I order from like Green Chef and Eat to Evolve, like pre-made meals. And the Green Chef is like recipes where they send you all the food. And I just went on and made sure and looked at all of the like ingredients and like nutritional information and made sure that everything was approved to go with our plan. So I have some Green Chef meals for later this week. And then I have some Eat to Evolve meals that I just got today that I may try to like work in here. And then I really like to do dinner and then make enough where I have leftovers for lunch the next day. So you can see like here I had this ground turkey with pasta. Well, I had it for lunch the next day. Here's this, I'm having it for lunch the next day. So then as I'm making my meal plan, it's super easy to just like copy and paste this to my lunch, copy and paste this to my lunch. What else? So I think that's it. So then my for meal prep for the week, I cut up all my veggies for the millionth time, put them in bags. All of my veggies that I needed, I put them in bags. So all I have to do is use my green container and scoop it into the pan to saute them. If you haven't watched the week 1 video yet, she recommends cooking all of your veggies in week 1, which is why you haven't seen a lot of like salads or anything. So I'm sure I'll move into salads next week. And then what else? Let's see here. Sweet potatoes. I cut up 4 sweet potatoes, put them on a roasting pan, cubed them, roasted them until they were cooked, put them in a thing. So now I just scoop out my sweet potatoes. Quinoa. I made a big batch of quinoa for the week. Oats. I actually did not make oats because I don't know why. Because my daughter really loves oatmeal and she likes to help me make it. So I was afraid she would be upset because she's 3 and it would be the end of the world if I made the oatmeal without her. That's why. My burrito bowl, my brown rice already made, just have to scoop it out. Cauliflower rice already made, just have to scoop it out. Chicken breast, got the pre-made chicken breast. Ground turkey already made. Gluten-free pasta already made. Veggies already cut, just have to saute them. BOS, bowl of SHIT. This was my way of being like, I don't know what else to eat. I'm just gonna like come up with something that works within these containers that night. What did I end up having last night? Oh, I had another Green Chef recipe left over. So I had the Green Chef recipe and it was like a kale and onions and mushrooms and a turkey burger on top. And then I had a kombucha, which you can have kombucha 3 times a week. Thank the Lord for my yellow bee. Let's see if there's anything else on here. Oh, so oats. I don't know if you guys have ever done this, but my friend taught me this. You can do them sweet or savory, just like quinoa. You can actually make oats with like with mushrooms and asparagus and spinach and eggs and cook it all together. And it's actually really delicious. Salt it up. Okay, I think that's kind of it. So not a bunch, but what I wanted to show you is that the way I did it is like I fill in the things that I know that I want first. So if there's a recipe you want, like put that on there. You know you're going to have your Shakeology each day. What are you going to mix it in? Put it on there and then go, okay, what containers do I have left for the day? That's how I do it. Do you guys want me to share a link to my meal plan so that you can make a copy and edit it and all that fun stuff?
Yes, please.
Okay. And then prep. Have everything quick and easy, especially if you're working, if you're a mom with like a bunch of little kids running around, like if you are a dog mom and like if you're busy at all, you need to have everything prepped as much as you can. And on Sunday, that was the other thing. So I meal planned on Saturday. I recommend you guys start meal planning now for next week, if you haven't started yet. But the other thing that I want to say is grocery pickup orders save so much time. So I meal planned on Saturday, and then Saturday night, I made a grocery list of everything I needed. And then I did a Fred Meyer pickup order for Sunday morning so that like it was so much easier than going around trying to find the organic broccolini that I needed. You know, they find it for me and they just put it in my trunk. So grocery pickup is a lifesaver. Costco has a bunch of organic, frozen, great food options and like pre-made food options and the sauerkraut and the chicken. Yeah. Okay. So I highly recommend that you make your plan starting now. For those of you who are starting next week, start making your plan now, review all your materials again, print everything off. Janessa is like super organized. She printed everything. She like used a 3-hole punch, put it in a binder. So she has all of her stuff in a binder, easy to access and look at. Make sure you're getting 30 plants a week. I got a lot. I got like 40 this week, which is so crazy. I thought it was going to be so hard to get 40 or 30 plants a week. And don't forget things like quinoa, that comes from a plant. Your fruits are plants, your veggies are plants. Avocados, flax seeds, chia seeds, chickpeas if you're having hummus. If you're using like romaine lettuce and iceberg lettuce, that's 2 different veggies. Different kind of onions or potatoes, count those separately. Okay, I think that's it. So start making your plan now and make sure you're prepped this weekend. I think it only took me like 3 hours on Sunday to get all my food prepped, and it's making my life so much easier during the week. And then last thing is make sure you've done your measurements and your pictures, progress photos. Because like I said, Janessa and Michelle, oh my God, if you could see their week 1 progress photos, it's like mind blowing. It's dinner time.
Yeah.
Thanks, sweetie.
So I'm just gonna do a 1-minute workout.
You're Taylor, you got
I don't care if you show mine from the side view, but I don't want it from front view.
okay.
I said, I don't care if you do that.
Here, can I just
I
show
just don't
it
want the
real quick?
like front.
Okay, I'll show Michelle.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't care.
You can't play on the bike. Remember you got hurt yesterday?
That'll be great.
You'll be brave. Well, then you'll get hurt again.
I made one like Janessa. Do you want me to send it to you with them both like together?
You made one like Vanessa? What do you mean?
Yeah, like how it's like in the same screen.
Oh, I see.
Like,
I
so it's
didn't
in-
realize it wasn't like that. I kind of forgot.
I just sent them to you
Oh, okay, perfect.
in the group text.
Okay, I'll probably come through. Okay. But if you don't have pictures, then it's hard to keep track.
I didn't realize it was as much.
Can you guys see how much bloating was gone in week 1?
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Isn't that crazy in week 1? And Janessa's was amazing too. Honey, I'm working.
Also, how is she so big already?
What?
How is she so big already? I mean, when
Dude.
she's in your tummy.
I know. She's 3.5 now.
You can share mine if you want to.
You guys are freaking me out. I thought you got hurt. Okay. Yeah.
Taylor, come on, it's dinner time.
Oh boy.
Come on.
We're falling off over here. All right. Small
And
one.
also when he posted that he was only 4.5 months the other day, I was like, how is he only 4 months? Like he looks like he's a 12-month-old.
He's so big. I'm having to get him 18-month clothing. And he's 4 months old. He's like a massive chunk. You say hi. You say hi. Oh, miss your boy. Miss your boy.
You can share my picture if you want to.
I can show your picture.
Yeah, if you want, it doesn't matter.
I'm like, it always just like blows my mind how much the body can change in a week. It's just mind blowing. Oh,
And
and
it's really hard when you look at yourself every day. If you don't take pictures, it's
Yeah.
really hard to like see the changes.
yeah, I agree. Oh yeah, if you have an air fryer, you guys don't forget to use the air fryer to like make your like potatoes or veggies or whatever and make it like super delicious and crispy. Did you just do your air fried sweet potatoes? Okay, here's Janessa's in week 1. I don't look at her lower arm. That's like, of course, like her tummy is like way smaller, but look at her lower arm. Like how crazy is that? Like her lower arm got smaller. So wild. Maybe if it's okay with you two, you can totally say no, but maybe I could post them in the bod group and then people can actually like look at them. Okay, it would just be for these girls, not like publicly. Okay, cool. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so if anybody has any more questions, let me know. And I'm excited for us to all feel good. Sweet boy. All right, Well, thank you for coming tonight, and I will see you guys in the group, and let's just have a lot of fun with this and like support each other and be there for each other. And Diana and Danny, don't forget to tell me if you want to do a little text message chat group. And all right, let's go. Okay, bye you guys.
Thanks, Danny.
Bye.